Hello everybody, so today I have this vintage JVC compact VHS camcorder here. Now this thing actually does work, but like after a few hours it doesn't work anymore. So I'm going to tear this down. Let's get started. So first I'm going to use my small bit screwdriver here and undo the screws. Alright, so I just noticed that there are more screws under this tape door, so I have to get one of my battery pack to put in and eject the tape tray like this. And as you can see, or it's very hard to see down there, but I can guarantee you there's more screws. There we go. There's a screw hole in there. See, there's a screw resigned there, so I have to take the tape door out. So let's begin. And that's wonderful. I just teared the display cable. This is for this black and white display right here, and it also has the function of also carries the function of this section wheel right here. So this camcorder is toast. Rest in peace, I guess. Anyway, now with that out of the way, you can see that there are several more screws. So I'm going to undo these screws. So I'm still struggling with taking this piece out, but as you can see, I've already taken out the 3-watt halogen or incandescent light bulb that many of the VHS camcorder do have at the time, especially for JVC, Panasonic, and Panasonic VHS-C camcorder. But if you bend this piece out, you can see there is a hidden screw. It's yellow color, or yeah, it's a yellow color screw. So I'm going to switch from my flathead screw to my PH Phillips 00 and take out the screws. I do not know what this screw does though, and I'm still struggling to take this piece out. Gotta focus on that real quick. What is it linked to? Oh, that's probably linked to the front, to this whole front piece here. So I may have to take the whole front piece out. Ah, there we go. Is it linked? Yep, it is. It is indeed linked. And and this piece has now come out. So I'm just gonna put this and this. Oh, this is linked with a hand strap. Alright, so as you can see, there's the broken flex cable. And you can see that there's the lens assembly, there's the lens, few capacitor, remote sensor, and the remote port. For that, what does it call? J-lib. That's like a crappy editing rig thing. I don't know. It connects to your old PC or something, if I remember correctly. But here's the VHS-C mechanisms. As far as I can tell, this should be the same as the normal VHS mechanism. That's in this VHS tape deck. The only difference is it's a lot smaller. You can see there's the head. You just bring it close. There you go. There's the head. Those heads are expensive, so I'm not gonna try to touch it. But I can hear something rattling. Oh, it's that tripod piece. I'm gonna try to take this right side piece out. Okay, it's linked. It's linked by something, so I may have to take the battery terminal piece out first before I can take out the right side piece. So let's do that. And yep, there we go. That's the backside piece. Here's the battery terminal and the backup clock. Let me just get focus on that real quick. There we go. A whole bunch of capacitors, inductor, and a switch. There is this a light switch or something? That's the light auto on or off switch. AV audio video terminal switch. I do not know what's wrong with this power supply, and I am not going to fix it since I have like my other VHS-C camcorder that was working perfectly. And it has image stabilization too. If I remember correctly, this one does not have digital image stabilization, so if you zoom in, it's gonna be shaky. But enough rambling. Let's try to take the right side piece, or rather the top side piece first. Oh, there is 2 more screws. Surprise, surprise! 2 more screws. So switch over and unscrew it. And there's a screw on this side too. I don't know what it does, but I will also undo it. Oh, apparently that's the screw that linked the right side piece. All right, so let's take it out. It wants to come out, but it's still holding back by something. Ah, there we go. Okay, so you can see that. What the heck is this? Oh, right. Okay, so as you can see that this yellow ribbon cable is the Wi-Fi ribbon cable, so I'm just gonna plug it straight out. This blue one is the playback and record control button, so I'm also going to plug it straight out. It's also linked with this power button right here. So let's take the screw out. Oh. And get rid of that messy button. One more screw. Alright, and this piece is out. Let's put aside those pieces for a moment. So yeah, this is pretty much the inside of a VHS-C camcorder. You got the lens, whole main board. I don't know. There's a big chip. I don't know what it is, or maybe I could look up the number on that chip. Power supply section, tape, record and playback, plus audio, the light, which may come in useful one day. That's the I think that's the halogen light. Maybe that's what they use for these little VHS-C camcorder. Not a microphone jack, a remote jack, and a remote control sensor, infrared receiver sensor. I'm going to try to tear this down further. At this stage, the only visible screw here is the lens assembly screw, which is this screw right here, and this one over there, and this one over here. So that's the lens assembly out. Let's take out this ribbon cable. There's also this cable which I need to take out too. And there we go. That's the lens. It is not that useful apparently. If I take it out, but I could reuse it. I could reuse this lens for some things. Since it has pretty nice optics. Since it has nice optics and zoom range. So I'm just gonna throw this aside. And after taking the lens assembly out, you can see there are more screws. There's a screw down there. And I don't know how to take this plastic piece out. It's still holding pretty much everything in place. It's like the whole frame. So I managed to take this battery piece out. It's holding in place by like a 30 pin or 60 pin connector. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even bother to count that. But surprisingly, there is another hidden screws. Oh, something's moving. Is it the tape assembly? What is still holding it back? After a bit of struggling, I've managed to take the tape carriage out. It's still holding by something. This is so cheap. It's so cheap. The tape cartridge is literally holding by these ribbon cables. This connector. There we go. And that is the whole tape cartridge section. I'm gonna put it somewhere else. And this is the whole board. Just this tiny section. We got a JVC chip, some other components, which I don't bother to look it up. A BA6A62 chip. That's a signal processor or something. I can't remember. There's some VC5035 chip, whatever the heck that is. Some more chip, a shield, which why do they have that shield? What is that component? Why do they need a shield over it? This is probably the main processor. And there's the other side of the board, which I still need to take out, annoyingly. Is it just like holding by a stock in the plastic or something? This board right here, it's just holding by this little plastic stock. Let's take the main board out. And this board is being held by this microphone connector right here. So here's the main board. I'm gonna take a quick look at the board since my camera battery is running out. We have this big NEC chip. We have this Mitsubishi chip. We have this another chip. And my DSLR battery is dead. Here's the board. I'm gonna turn that off. So here is the board. That's the side I just showed you before the battery died. And here's the JVC chip, JCY0488. Here's some more of the common chip. BA chip, probably a signal processor. There's a 14.318 crystal. That's a NTSC crystal. Next up is the viewfinder. Let's take a look. Alright, here's the viewfinder. I'm going to try my best to stabilize this phone with my left hand while unscrewing this. Believe it or not, I do not have a phone holder that screws in a tripod. And the screw seems to be stripping. Get a bigger tip screw. It's unscrewing, that's good. Where is it gonna come out though? I'm just gonna stop the video for a moment. Be right back. All right, so I have taken all the screws and popped this piece apart, and as you can see, there is a board. What does this board do? Oh, there's capacitors and a chip, and here and there's the LCD, and here's the LCD screen. That's quite a small one, but it does the job. That's the ribbon cable. Go to the LCD screen. There's like some variable resistor. Probably to adjust the image brightness or something. This is linked with a connector, and somehow they have crammed another chip in here. Focus. Thank you. Ooh, it's a Sony chip, CXA 1854AR. And there's a shoe, and there's a shoes. So I'm gonna peel over. So I'm gonna peel it, and is that like a MOSFET or something? Hold up. That is an inductor. I don't know if this is an inductor or not, but certainly those two are. Probably for the high voltage. Probably for high voltage backlight. Or does this thing use LED? Oh, you see this? That's the terminal for the high voltage fluorescent backlight. No wonder it's a high voltage. And that is a flyback transformer. Oh, badass. I don't know. It's soldered on, so I'm not going to take it apart. But probably just a LCD screen, a fluorescent backlight, and that is it. And well, that is it. Thanks for watching.